if we get a turn. If we get a turn. And let's see what we do. Boom, sit down. 90k on the second hit. This is why Trunda is still an arena god. Hey everyone. I recently watched a video by Tairauku and he compared Gnishak as a nuker with Leorius and Trunda. At least that's what the title of the video was. He didn't compare him with Trunda. So I'd like to make a video where I want to compare Gnishak in the arena with Trunda. But I also want to compare him with Candyboy as a force champion, as Gnishak is, and with Genzin as a spirit champion. And the reason that I am choosing Genzin over Karato Fox Hunter, who is possibly a better champion, is that I haven't put masteries on him and I haven't booked him at all. So I'm going to go with Genzin because he has an A2 AoE attack, and I'm going to compare AoE attacks. If we look at the multipliers, first of all on Candyboy, it's his A2, the Butcher's Glee, that does massive damage. It's got a 3.7 times attack multiplier on Butcher's Glee. Genzin has a 3.8 times attack multiplier. They're both single hit, one time hits, AoE hits. And then Trunda, on her A2, down here, it's 3 times attack. So it's less, the multiplier, but it's a double hit. She places an extra hit, which is going to happen a lot if you don't put any accuracy on her. So I don't build her to stun. I put the least amount of accuracy on her that I can and hope for the best. Hope that I don't land a stun so she does her double hit and does a heck of a lot of damage. So I'm actually going to start with Candyboy because I'm going to be using his gear. He's got Savage and Cruelty gear, which means he's going to bypass a fair bit of defense. He's not super well built. This is the best I can put really on him. 5.2k attack, very slow at 178 and 228% crit damage. One thing I'm not going to do is swap out their accessories. So he's only got an attack accessory, but it's got crit damage on it. Whereas with Trunda, she's got a massive plus 40% crit damage on her accessory. And her ring has 30% attack, and her banner has 20% attack. So she's got an extra 50% attack from her accessories there. But I don't want to swap them out. It's going to be an extra cost, and it's a lot of hassle to do that. Genzin, he is only in an HP one, but he's got a bit of crit damage on it, and his overall attack from these is only 13%. So he doesn't have the best rings and whatnot, which is probably why he doesn't hit as hard, even though he's in full cruelty gear. And his attack is actually at just over 5k as well, and he's a little bit faster than Trunda, a fair bit faster than Candyboy. He's at 246% crit damage. So they're all built in a pretty similar way. She's at 5.7 attack, so it's more attack and it's a fair bit higher crit damage, but she's in immunity gear and her speed's 188. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Candyboy's gear on all of them. I'm going to go Candyboy, Trunda, Genzin, and I'm going to finish with Gnishak. Here we are in the arena. I always roll the dice when I go up against an arbiter, especially when they have a banner, but I will try it anyway. If we lose, we lose. This is my go-to team with Trunda, and I use Warlord to lock them out, and I strip their buffs and hopefully win the speed battle, the speed race. So what I'm actually going to do is build a slightly different team, and it's going to be Lysandra to give me that extra boost because my other champions are very slow, and we'll see if that's enough of a bump to take on a team like this. So fingers crossed, and you'll see how hard Candyboy hits. So if I do that, okay, with decreased defense, and we whack them once, should be over 100k each. Boom. 110 to 130. So the 130 ones were Helm Smasher. So 100, let's say 120k, right? And it's an AoE. So single hit, boom, 120k. I might go for this team. They've probably got weaker defense, actually. Let's try and win the speed race against this team. And let's do it one more time with them, and then I'll build Trunda. I'm sorry, swap Trunda's gear to Candrafon's gear. Right, boost, and boost decrease, and strip, and whack 'em. Whack-a-mole, pop. That was 85 to 140. Did I see 140? So it's a bigger range there. It was still around 100 to 110,000. So it really depends on their mitigation and things like that. Right, let's bring in Trunda. Right, there goes 1,000,000 silver. Now she's wearing Candrafon's gear, and she's at 5.5k attack, 185 speed, and 277 crit damage. And that's mostly due to her accessories. Hopefully it's not a significantly big advantage for her. Let's pop back in, and we'll try this team at the top. I might win the speed race against them. So we'll bring in Trunda. Same thing. Hope to win the race. Alright. Decrease their turn meters. Whack 'em hard. And double hit of boom, boom. About 65 and then 90. So because she's stunned Duchess, she only did a single hit against Duchess. So, but the good thing is that she's stunned, right? So down she goes. That was nice. Double hitters of 85k. Well, I think the first one was about 60, and then it does up to about 85, 90. So that's over 150k on her attack. Let's refresh it and try to hit. Right, they're gonna have a Stone Skin Gaius and possibly Stone Skin Cardiel, and then Rotos. Maybe Rotos isn't something crazy, but I should have gone with Warlord to lock out their skills, to be honest. Yeah, Stone Skin Cardiel. So what we'll have to do is hope we strip it. This is not going to go down well. But we see the damage, 90, 90, 100. That was almost 200k. 200. That's incredible. She's going to res them, and they're just going to go to town on my team now. Yep. Ouch. Boom. Whack. Zap. Alright. It was good fun. I would have played that differently. I predicted the Stone Skin, so I would have brought in Foley or someone like that instead if I were playing properly. So I might try this one, and I am going to bring in Warlord or Kaimar to sleep them. It's probably better because Warlord's going to get enough speed to outspeed Valkyrie to lock them all out, and hopefully Sify doesn't resist. If Trunda doesn't get a second turn to show her, it's not a big deal. And hopefully we lock them all out except for... Trunda's not in her... She's not in her immunity gear. This is why. This is why I wear immunity gear. That's funny. And now, of course, she's going to do that, which mitigates the AoE damage. And a bit of boost. Let's see what happens here. There aren't any AoE folks. Just do that anyway. See if we can hit them. If we get a turn. If if we get a turn. And let's see what we do. Boom! Sit down! Okay, it's Genzin's turn. I've popped the old Savage and Cruel gear on him. He doesn't have nearly as good accessories, so he's at 4.7k attack. He's at 272 crit damage, which is fairly good. It's not too bad, and 190 speed, so his attacks are a fair bit lower, and it must be just with the much weaker accessories that he has here. The good thing about Genzin, though, if you can put decent gear on him, is this A3, where he ignores unkillable and shields and just zaps straight through their shields, and unkillable. So if you have something like Leorius, you just go straight in for the kill. Just shoots in there with his sword. Well, dashes in there. Doesn't shoot, does he? I'm going to hop back in. We'll see what kind of team we can face. There's a Leorius. So, we're unlikely to win the speed battle on that one. This one here, let's see what we can do. The question is, do I bring in Warlord and hope to lock out Siphi and Duchess, which is very unlikely, or do I bring Kaimar to sleep them, which is much more likely? I'm going to try that. So, Madame Ceres gets to go before Kaimar, because my Kaimar is only at about 208 speed or something. So, oh shoot, she was quick. Gosh, that was quick. That was pretty nasty. Oof. He resisted. He resisted the sleep. Resisted the buff strip and the sleep from Kaimar. That's a good question. Let's have a look at something just very quickly. Oh, shoot. That was Trunda anyway. I didn't bring in Genzin. Whoops. I forgot to swap in the main champion. But just as a quick aside, I want to just double check Kaimar's gear, because he's at 500 accuracy. Why could he not strip off what's his name? Was it Candrafon? Yeah, Candrafon's buffs. 500 accuracy should have been plenty. Oh well, I'm going to give that another shot. Not the same team, obviously. And this team here, let's try them with Genzin. No, because he's magic, so as a spirit champ he's not going to do terribly well, is he? Actually no, I'll give it a shot anyway. So I'll bring back Warlord and I will bring in Genzin the Samurai and see how we go. Mithrala is going to resist. Oh, all three of them resisted. What is up with that? Right, he can cut straight through shields, but not through strengthen. So the point of this is the AoE to see how much damage, but against strengthen and shields, it's not a fair game. So I'm just going to end this if I can before they do much. Let's just get out of that. Whoops. Got to find a team that I can actually beat. I'm just going to refresh it. Hefrak. Yes, I might be able to do this team. They're all magic though. They're all magic. He'll probably weak hit against them. It's not as good a showcase with a spirit champ. Here's one. Let's try this. Alright. Lock them out. And strip their buffs and hit them with the AoE and go. Boom. 57 to 85. And of course they all healed up. 57 to 85. Not nearly as hard hitting, is he? Right. And just shield them a bit. Oof. Hey, it's hard. chest. And 142 with his A3 though. That's not bad. 142. That was a nice little swipe. And 56 against a Vogoth. Is it Vorgoth or Vogoth? I think it's Vogoth. Yeah, I'm not going to use Genzin again. So let's cut to the Rat King. Right, old Ratatouille here is in the exact same gear aside from his accessories, which I did not show. He's got an accuracy banner for obvious reasons, and he has a bit of attack on his ring as well, so he shouldn't be too poorly geared overall. He's got 4k attack, bit faster, and 260 crit damage, so it's very similar stats. Again, just a bit more attack than Genzin, and not as much as Candrafon or Trunda, but we'll give him a shot as a comparison. See how he fares against the other three. Let's look for this one here. Should be okay. There he is, Ratface McGee, and see how we go. Great, Stone Skin, my favorite. See if we can lock it out. Yes, except for Mithrala. What's new? What's new? Right, hit them with something. Boom, 88,000, and Rotos starts to go to town. Boom. Oh, it only did 20,000 against Rotos. It must have been mitigated in some way, but that was a wee bit of damage. That was definitely a wee bit of damage. Okay, Stone Skin more too. Anybody? Yeah. Yeah, let's try it. Stone Skin Mortu. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Boom. And boom. Oof. 64 to 80k. And it was just the first hit, because he always gets a second turn. Wow. He definitely nukes, doesn't he? I want to do one more. Just one more. He's not an immunity, so Tormund's not a good idea. How about... yeah, let's do it. Necret and Leorius. Normally I would bring in someone like Genzin to take out Leorius, but this team, if their Arbiter is likely to be very fast. Ah, actually, he's Force, isn't he? So I can take this team on. Alright, one more. If the Arbiter is slower than mine. Boom. Lock them out. Take away their power. Hit one. Pop. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna have to review that to see what it was, but take a look at the second hit. Pop. 85k. Oof. He hits. Wow. Well, I'm gonna end the video there. I thought that was pretty amazing. Genzin is still under par. Trunda still hits like a truck. And I love having her in immunity gear. And I'm very tempted to keep Candrafon's gear on Gnishak and just go to town. But I'm going to put the gear back and give Gnishak back his high accuracy and reasonable attack. I think he has around 4.2k attack or so. It's really hard to get his attack up. He doesn't have a good base attack for an attack champ, which is really bizarre. But I think it's mitigated by the fact that he places all those bombs, and if you can place them, then it's all those poisons that can't be cleansed. So yeah, he brings so much utility if you can stack his accuracy high, but he is a nuker.